Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. Super excited to be bringing you this live tournament action right now. We are in Game 3 of a best of 3 between BrDes and Waon. We're going to be playing Game 3 on MLG's Metalopolis. We played this in Game number 1. BrDes choosing to go back to it. I don't blame him. He fared very, very well in this match, in this map rather. So this will be tons of fun to see. We did. The first game went to BrDes. The second game went to Waon, and now the pressure is on both players. One of them will take a win here, and that person will be moving on in the tournament and potentially going for the first, second, or third place prize, which we do have cash and a knife, which I did make myself. Hand forged it out of a railroad spike of all things. Tons and tons of fun. So that first place winner will be getting that, as well as $50 cash. Second place will take $30, and third place will take $20. So these guys are battling it out for those prizes at this point. They're not quite up there yet, but they are vying for the privilege to continue in this tournament. Very, very happy at having all of these wonderful people playing in the tournament. This has been so much fun. So let's take a look here what we've got. Not too much going on yet. It is fairly early. We do have standard wall in from BrDes. He is very, very good with his opening build these days. And this scouting overlord going to be cruising out here. It's to safety. Going to dip in when needed. And here comes the scout from BrDes. Is going to see where his opponent is. We do have a spawning pool in the back before hatchery. So Waon switching things up just a little bit. And I do not think BrDes scouted that. No, he did not. He does not see this spawning pool. He is, however, going to be putting a supply depot down at his opponent's base. And quite honestly, he might consider, well, he's not going to finish it, but that is fine. That is always a good play. He could consider putting down some forward bear, or what do you call them? Oh, never mind. I don't want to make that play for him, and that is a bad decision considering, especially when his opponent is going for a spawning pool first instead of a hatchery first. So never mind, don't listen to me. These guys know better than I do. And metabolic speed boost on the way for the Zerglings. That will make them a lot faster. Now the supply depot will be spotted. Waon saying, what the heck, you blocking my expansion. Going to be picking away at that here for just a moment, until he can get some Zerglings down there. Here they come. BrDes hopefully will get the cancel on this to save him some of those minerals. No, he does not, unfortunately. And then down goes the hatchery immediately. Oh, BrDes noticing that he missed the cancel on that. Not a problem. You are still definitely in this matchup, sir. And look at this. Very similar build we've seen all the time from BrDes. Very, very consistent. He is going to be putting down a command center in his main, and 2 more barracks behind that. That Zergling going down. He did poke up the ramp. Let's see if he saw the command center. No, he did not. That was definitely too far away. And another barracks now, so for a total of 4. This expansion for Waon just a little bit behind than it was in the last game. Units tab shows about even on the economy. Harvesters are relatively the same. Only 4 Zerglings on the field right now, not really being used for map control. There is 1 Marine up here guarding this Zelnaga tower. BrDes going to be putting a supply depot in the back of his main there to look for some drops. He may be expecting some very different play from Waon in this matchup. Either case, he will be planning for more things than before. That is fun to see. Both players very, very serious about taking this match down at this point. I mean, look at this. This is a lot of safety precaution. Waon trying to keep pretty good tabs on where his opponent is. Trying to keep map control. Both of them a little bit of back and forth for map control. These Zerglings will be holding that down. Now there are, look at this, only 5 Marines. How many Zerglings was that? 5 as well. So the Marines will win this matchup this little battle. However, at what cost is the question. Does any of them go down? No, but now they're getting flanked. And all of those Marines going down. Let's take a look at units lost. So BrDes coming up just a little bit short on that matchup. Good flank there by Waon. You could see him trying to hold those Zerglings back so that these guys would come up the ramp just a little bit more. So that was a very, very good play. That is what we like to see. These guys getting a little bit ahead of themselves. But didn't matter. These Zerglings are going to scoot on out of there as quickly as possible. And as we can come to expect from Waon, we do have banelings on the field. These Marines going to be moving in here at potentially a very bad time. If he can get these guys split up or micro them correctly, he should be okay. Is he going to get the snipe on this? Oh, the banelings, the banelings! Ooh, those banelings actually didn't do as much damage as they probably could have. It would be nicer if they'd hit the center of that matchup, or that little line there. Regardless, he will be cleaning that up, and Waon definitely in a good position, units lost-wise, so pretty good there. He's 500 minerals ahead of his opponent at this point. Units tab showing pretty even economically. We do have a lot of extra energy right now. It appears on both of these orbital commands. Would like to see BrDes utilizing that a little bit, maybe at least one of them for some mules. I think would be probably good at this point. However, he probably is saving those for some scans, which is not a bad idea either. Uh-oh, we do have two banelings going to get caught out of position before they complete. Great play there by BrDes, catching those guys. He knew what was going on. Zergling scooting out of his base in a funky location. Yes, you can pretty well guess that those guys are going to be turned into banelings. So great play there by BrDes. Units lost, showing that he is slightly catching up now. Not too bad, and here he is moving out again. Always good to keep a Marauder in the mix when there are so many banelings on the field. He does see these guys right away, going to be moving up here to try and catch these guys out of position. Got to split these guys up, split them up, split them up! Oh, most of those Marines going down. It would have been nicer if he could have got that Marauder ahead of them to take that damage. Now attacking the main with the remaining Zerglings from Waon. They are going to get cleaned up. And we're still hovering, it looks like about a 700 mineral difference in units lost, so BrDes still just slightly behind, not by too terribly much though. Now, a fairly late expansion from Waon. He's usually been expanding, in both of those previous games he expanded right around, or before the 7-minute mark even. And here we are at the 10-minute mark, almost 11-minute mark when he started that expansion. But these guys just kind of hanging out. There they go, there they're fighting, got there just in time. And BrDes going to be moving out across the map again. We've come to expect this type of play from him. Likes to try and keep his opponent backed up in his base. And look at this. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of barracks. He does finally have a single starport on the way, but it might be a little bit brutal at this point. His Marines are out of position. He was not expecting this Mutalisk play here quite this soon. Get these Marines turned around, get them around, get them around. So he's going to have to do a little bit of defense here. He was trying to move out across the map with his fairly substantial force. Having to turn around here. Let's see what he's going to do for defense, if he's going to choose to go for quite a few of these missile turrets, or if he's going to stick with these Marines for defense, which can sometimes be very difficult. Keep your Marines poking around the base all the time. Can be very frustrating. He does have a couple missile turrets in his mineral line, none at the expansion however, so this expansion almost completely unguarded. And look at this, the Marines really out of position if they wanted to defend that at this point. However, Waon is staying back. Nope, it looks like he may be moving out here yet again for some more harass. These troops meeting up together here. And BrDes going to be congregating yet again in the middle. Out of position again. Is he going to get this in time? No, he is not. Is not going to get built, and it will get taken out before it completes. Oh, and that starport getting just blasted away. This is not good for BrDes. He's got to figure something out for defense here. Of course, these missile turrets were not bad. And Waon backing out, I'm sort of surprised to see that. I sort of half expected him to not back out there, to just continue that attack and try and defend. It looks like he may not have been able to hold it, so this is probably a decent decision. I guess he is definitely smarter than I am, which I have come to expect from all the people that play in my tournament. And so Waon holding on there. I don't know what price though. Units lost. I mean, BrDes is significantly behind. And Waon now has 3 bases up and running. He is putting down another command center, looking to expand here fairly shortly for BrDes. And moving out across the field yet again. And these Marines, they do have +1, stimming to try and take these Mutalisks out, rather. And these Marauders trying to get the heck out of there before they get chased down. Units tab, let's take a look. We do have just the 8 Mutalisks right now for Waon, so he is droning up. Let's see what the production looks like. Oh no, he's got a whole lot of Zerglings and a heck of a lot of Zerglings on the way. I would assume some of these are going to go straight to Baneling. We shall see here any moment. Yes, they do. Oh, yikes, that is a lot of them too. A production tab. Whoops, that was it already. 30 of them. So all of them straight to Baneling. I think BrDes might be in a little bit of trouble here. It looks like Waon is going to commit to a pretty severe attack. And right now his army is out of position. He is going to be going straight for this expansion, it appears. We'll see if Waon has caught wind of this. He definitely sees it right now with that drone coming out there. And going to be trying to catch his opponent out of position. Look at all these Banelings cruising down there. They do have that speed upgrade. They are going to be doing a lot of damage. He's got to split this army up, split it up, split it up, split it up. Oh my goodness, they're just getting obliterated. And I bet off of this, we can half expect Waon to be moving out across the map with his force. He may macro up just a little bit bigger army here any moment and move out. BrDes, I think, in a lot of trouble right now. Trying to take this gold expansion, that would definitely get him back on track, but this is being scouted and will not be allowed to land. These Mutalisks going to try and take that out here fairly shortly. And Des moving out. He does have double medevacs right now. That will definitely help him. He's going to have to do something, though, against these Banelings. Look at all these Banelings. Got to split these guys up. Oh, my goodness. Great control there by Waon, getting the snipe on that whole entire army. My goodness, that was a great control over the Banelings. BrDes in a lot of trouble now. Let's take a look at units lost. It's still only about 2,000 behind, so not too bad, but now he's going to have trouble at his mineral line. You can see SCVs just falling apart here. Not a fun situation to be in. And it looks like he is going to be going for his last-ditch effort here fairly shortly. Finally cleaning up these Zerglings. This medevac completely out of energy. Oh my goodness, here comes the main army of Waon. We are going to see a GG here fairly soon, I think. Oh my goodness, these Zerglings and Banelings just doing so much damage. BrDes finally splitting those units up a little bit better. Just a little too late, I believe. This is going to be so difficult for him to hold off at this point. It is going to require some very insane micro. All these SCVs going down. He is on one single mining base, and it does not have very many mineral fields left in it. Those minerals are dwindling very quickly. Look at this. These infestors chasing this command center around and tossing out infested Terran. That is always fun to see. Down goes this expansion. Oh, it probably could have lifted that one off. And now Zerglings streaming into the base. BrDes in tons of trouble. Waon at 141 supply to 41. 100 over his opponent and dwindling even more. And he says, I cannot believe I let you take this much. There's the GG from BrDes. Very good game. Wonderful matchup between these two gentlemen. Oh, BrDes, do not be so hard on yourself. That was very well done. That was just a very, very tough matchup. Waon doing a fantastic job, picking you apart. Very, very good job. on both of these guys' parts. Thank you guys for giving us those games, taking us to Game 3. That was tons and tons of fun to watch. We will see you guys next time. Remember, you don't always have to Alt-Tab. You can always Alt-StarCraft.